Right, I've got a little job to do. This is our understairs cocktail bar and it's looking a little bit of a mess. Christmas is coming. Time for a good old clear up and organise this Christmas cocktail bar. There we go. So there, that's all looking a little bit cleaner and tidier. Now for some Christmas decorations. Now let's make it all a little bit more festive. This looks a little bit boring, doesn't it, this door? Very plain. This is the door under our stairs from our lounge. But it's turned into Christmas corner. Christmas is coming. This is our little cocktail bar. If you haven't seen when we did this, it was over a couple of our videos along with other things that were going on. But I'll try and put a link to the video for you. When we turned this cupboard under the stairs into a cocktail bar. And I have to send a big kiss to Patrick for this beautiful mistletoe and this one. These are Patrick's beautiful bows. This is what he did for me. I think we're all set up now to make some Christmas cocktails. It just feels so Christmassy. Well, this is the only corner of the house that Christmas has arrived in at the moment. Anytime I'm feeling a bit down, I think I'll just come and shut myself in the cupboard. Well, I'm going to make us some canapes using little blinis that I've bought. They look a little bit like crumpets, like little pancake things. They're ideal for making some little canapes, so we're just going to have a little snack while we try out a couple of Christmas drinks. So this is, it's a bit like a boursin. It's a very soft, creamy garlic and herb cheese. If you don't like the garlic and herb, you can just use a plain one. And this I'm going to spread on top of the blinis, and then I'm going to add some smoked salmon on those ones. I do like to put a nice dollop of the cream cheese on there, because these blinis can be a little bit dry. If you can hear noises in the background, Tony's watching the football game. Right, now the other thing that I'm using, I have a creamy blue cheese, and I still have some fig chutney left that Patrick made for me, so I'm going to do some blue cheese and chutney ones. I'm going to put the chutney on the bottom. So, yeah, I'm going to spread a little bit of chutney on the bottom and then crumble some blue cheese on the top. Oh, it smells really spicy, this chutney. It's lovely. Okay, so I've just put a little bit on a plate. I'm just going to crumble it up and then sprinkle it on the top. Quite strong flavour, this. A little bit sticky. Okay. Right, just move those little bits out of there. Okay. And press it down into the chutney so it doesn't fall off when you pick it up. Easy. Okay, you just want a couple of little ribbons of the smoked salmon. I know it's expensive, but this doesn't take much. And just cut some little ribbons. Oh, it's breaking up a little bit. Okay. Just put a little swirl on the top. You can make it look like a rose if you want to. So you don't need a huge amount of this. Well, I haven't got any fresh herbs indoors at the moment, and it's a bit dark to go outside and find something. I would normally put a little bit of parsley or something on the top of these just to make them pretty. But tonight it's just me and Tony having a little snack. Right, a little tiny bit more on that one. That's a little bit mean. Okay. So there we have a little snack to have a little drink with. I'm just going to garnish it with some little sliced baby tomatoes. Yeah, it does look pretty, doesn't it? Well, I'm in Cocktail Corner with Tony. It's going to show you how we make a Kia. Now, this is a very French drink, and there's 3 versions of this. And it's a creme de cassis, which is a blackcurrant cordial, and it's mixed with various different wines. So, can you make us up a normal Kia, Tony?
Okay. Now, so I'm putting 3 measures in this because it's using the same stuff 3 times.
Okay, so Tony's put a measure of creme de cassis in each glass.
Okay, so this is a local wine. It's called Heritage de... I can't remember what it's called, but
Is it a Manitou Salon?
No, it's not. No, this is. You wouldn't use a really good wine for this because obviously you mix it with syrup.
Okay, so this is a good white wine, dry white wine.
It comes in a box and it's very, very cheap, but it's very, very good for the for the value. So, there we go.
So you're just topping up your blackcurrant with white wine.
Yeah.
And this is a Kia.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we taste that? I don't think you've ever had a Kia, have you?
I had before. I've had it several times over, but it's not one for me because
it's quite a girly drink.
It's a bit. It's just a bit sweet for me. So, but if there was the last thing left at the party, obviously I'd drink it.
Can I have a little taste?
Yeah.
Okay. Lovely colour.
I think you need to probably drop more wine in there.
Ah, actually. Right. Okay. So perhaps you've gone a little bit heavy on the
maybe
on the backcurrant. You didn't mix it, Tone. Actually, it's not as sweet as I thought it was going to be. The dry white wine. Yeah. I actually really like that. You can taste the blackcurrant, but you can taste the wine as well. That's very refreshing. Okay. So what's the next one, Tony?
Okay. So.
I could drink that.
Yes.
Okay, so there's two more versions of this now.
So
are you going to do...
The next one I'm going to do with a Bordeaux.
A red wine?
Yes.
And this is a Kia Cardinal.
Yeah.
This one you don't see quite so much. It's very similar to a local drink. What's the one that they have? They mix a red wine. They call it a Berrichon, which is our local region, but they mix it with a creme de mure, which is a blackberry liqueur. So it's very similar, but this is obviously a French thing. The Berrichon is a very, very local thing.
Okay. So you've got
now you prefer your red wine, don't you, Tony?
So you've got a very dry Bordeaux here.
Yeah.
And you're going to mix it with
sweeten it.
Creme de cassis. But anyway, who goes? Who knows?
It's quite fun trying it though, isn't it? Oh.
So that's better than the first one, but only marginally better.
Okay.
I mean, they drink a lot of this, but they drink much more of the first one. But quite frankly, what I think really is the fact that you've got a Bordeaux here, which is very nice with a steak.
Do you think it adds to the Bordeaux? Or
no, I'm thinking you're making it almost undrinkable. But it's only my
so you think it's spoiling the Bordeaux? Whereas I'm not a red wine drinker because it's a bit dry for me. Can I taste?
Certainly you can, yes.
Now, obviously it looks a lot darker, this one. I'm going to taste.
God's sake.
Yeah, I've got to say I'm not convinced on that one.
How do they drink that rubbish?
No, but this is very similar to the Berrichon, and so many of the locals do drink it. We used to get asked for it a lot in the restaurant, and they still do.
I know they do, but
okay.
Perhaps
we won't try that one
perhaps
again.
It's a Middle France thing, or it's called a Berrichon because it comes from the Berry region, but God knows why they're drinking it.
And obviously they wouldn't use Bordeaux. They would use a more local red wine, which would probably be...
But you can trash any local red wine with that syrup stuff.
Yeah.
It's bloody awful.
Okay. Well, that's Tony's honest opinion.
Oh,
so what's the final Kia we're going to try, Tony?
Okay. Good God. Okay, so this.
Tony's taste test. At least he's honest. Okay.
This is coming from a beer drinker.
Yeah. You do like your red wine, though.
Yes, of course I do.
Obviously, you don't like it mixed with blackcurrant.
Trashed with syrup. With sweet syrup.
Okay.
What do they think?
So definitely we don't like the red one. I quite like the white one. I could drink that.
Let's hope this.
But that's a more girly one.
Oh.
But I'm looking forward to this one because I think this is going to be my favourite. And what is this one, Tony?
It's champagne and still the same.
And this is a Kia Royale.
Yeah.
Okay. This again is a very popular one.
It is very popular.
They do actually have something very similar, which they call a pétillant.
They do.
Which is also, it can be different types of syrup,
yeah.
But it's with a fizzy wine. So it's very, very similar. But this is called a Kia Royale because it's with champagne.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let's hope this redeems the last two.
Unfortunately, we don't have any champagne flutes at the moment. I haven't found them. Oh, there's a good old fizz on that.
This bottle comes from the fridge out in the summer barn, at the summer bar, and hopefully it's going to.
This is very well chilled.
I think perhaps the fact that obviously the red wine is at room temperature, or slightly less than
Can
room
we see
temperature.
this one?
And hopefully this will take away the sickly sweet taste, being a lot colder.
Right. So you think chilling the wine obviously is going to help?
Well, it won't do it in the arm, that's for sure.
I think you'd probably rather just drink it without the syrup, wouldn't you? What do you think of that one?
Again, you're destroying, in my opinion, a perfectly good sparkling wine with syrup again. I mean, why would you do that? I've no idea.
So
But it's slightly less disgusting than the other two.
Can I taste?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Cheers, everyone. Looks pretty, doesn't it? Looks very Christmassy. Oh, I actually really like that one. You can still taste the champagne, but it's got that extra fruity.
Okay, so
that would be nice with some fruit actually in it as well, decorated with some fruit.
So best out of three then.
I think this one's my favourite. I couldn't drink the red one. I think this one's my favourite. What about you, Tony?
I think they're all bloody awful.
Okay.
Sorry, it's an honest opinion. I can't really see the point of doing that. I mean, yeah, you could use this with lemonade or something for the kids. But,
I don't think it's like squash. Yeah, I don't think we're giving them the champagne though, ain't I? I don't think we'll give the kids the champagne. They can have it with lemonade.
I'll give it another go. The red wine is probably less disgusting than the other two, I think.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay, right.
And I mean, other people might think different.
Now,
there's obviously a lot of French people will love this. So,
does it get asked for them in the restaurant a lot?
Of course it does. Yeah. Absolutely right. At Berrichon, especially.
It usually comes in a smaller glass than this. We do have to say that we couldn't find any smaller glasses, so we've actually done this in wine glasses where they would normally be in wine flutes.
I have to say we don't have smaller glasses.
Not here, we don't.
No, we don't.
Right, now there's one more that we wanted to try while we've got the champagne open, and that's Sloe Gin.
Yeah, okay. So
now we have made a Sloe Gin fizz before, haven't we?
Yes. Yeah.
So we do know that we do like that one. Because the bitterness of the gin is going to counteract the sweetness of the sugar that went in the Sloe Gin.
Yeah.
And obviously with dry champagne.
Yeah.
We have tried this one before.
I mean, I love Sloe Gin. If it's made on your own, the local supermarket stuff doesn't do it for me.
This isn't a homemade one, unfortunately,
no, it's not.
because we haven't been able to make any this year. We do normally.
Unfortunately, the shop bought stuff smells nothing like your homemade stuff, but you're not getting the really rich aromas of the sloes and the sugar.
Right, so what sort of measure of Sloe Gin have you put in there? It's about a normal, what we would call a measure.
Yeah, so I fancy a third and a third of Sloe Gin and 2/3 of champagne. Or
this is going to be quite potent, though, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
We have had this before. It certainly gets the party going.
Yes.
Anyway, time to get that party going, Tone. Now, we've had this bottle of Sloe Gin for a couple of years, and it's usually a ruby red, but this has, if it ages, it turns browner, although that can add to the flavour. So let's just taste it and see. I don't think Tony's convinced, because it's not our homemade Sloe Gin. We do love to make Sloe Gin.
I have to say it's disappointing.
Disappointing, okay, because it's a commercially bought bottle of Sloe Gin.
It is. Go to local bushes round where you live, pick sloes, stick it in with loads of gin, and sugar and get some really good stuff, because this is sorely bad.
I think Patrick made some.
And the unfortunate thing about it is it reflects on this.
Okay, well, I think Patrick made some. Maybe we'll have to blag some off of Patrick.
Because this should be super alcoholic, super sweet, and especially with the sparkling wine or champagne, it should be fantastic. And
right, can I have a taste? Because as I say, we have tasted it with our own homemade. It does look very brown.
This, when you drink it from the bottle, it should take your breath away. And quite frankly,
no, I can see what you mean. Yeah, I'm disappointed. Now, back to the... Obviously, we're on a similar vein here. We were treating the Sloe gin almost like a syrup, which it should be. And obviously, the cassis is a syrup.
You see what I'm doing here? See that?
Yeah, that normally would be thick.
This should be like gravy.
Well, maybe not gravy.
And this is dishwater.
Okay, we won't buy it.
Where did we get this rubbish?
I don't know. Somebody gave it to us, so I hope they're not watching, because you've just dissed it.
Well, they can have it back.
That's mean.
Okay,
no,
so
that's mean.
So my favourite,
anyway,
or less awful, is the red wine. And,
right. Okay, I didn't realise you were going to pick that one.
No, but that's my less awful.
Okay. Well, I quite like the normal Kier with the white wine. And I really like the one with the fizzy wine.
Did you?
So, yeah. But I don't like the one with the red. No. Okay. Well, that's why we're taste testing it. Okay, we won't serve anybody up. We could do the champagne one at Christmas. You don't have to drink it. I'm sure the ladies will love it.
I'll tell you what we'll do, right? When we have people over at Christmas time, what we do is we just serve them champagne.
Yeah, maybe.
And cut the middleman out.
Well, we could offer a Kier.
We could do. We could just leave it on the table with the unscrewed top.
No.
But quite frankly, no, disappointed on this taste test, actually.
Okay. Well, we shall do some more taste testing next week. I've got lots of more cocktail ideas that we need to decide what we like and what we don't. Okay. Right. So the conclusions are that it was a little bit disappointing, tonight's taste test. So we weren't happy with the Sloe gin, unless we can get some proper Sloe gin, which we have had before and we have enjoyed with the champagne. The Kiers were not really a success, were they? We just think it's a waste of the wine and we should serve the wine as it is. So it's a shame, but we have to try these things. And it is a very French thing. So if we have our French neighbours come over, we can offer them a Kier, can't we? Because they would probably love that. I'm not going to waste it.
No.
Cheers.
If it's the last drink in the house after the party, you'll drink any of these, obviously. But not for me. Cheers.
Okay. Cheers. Merry Christmas. I'm going to make a quick table decoration, Christmassy table decoration. We've got our Christmas market this weekend and we've got some people coming afterwards for a drink and some nibbles. So I'm going to make a quick little Christmassy table decoration. I've got various different ribbons. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use yet. I've got some little electric candles. I think I've got some bigger ones indoors that I might add to it later, but these are the little electric candles, so I don't have to worry about burning the house down. And I've got some fresh greenery. Now, I like to make it in a tray if possible. This is quite a big tray. And then that means that if I put it in the middle of the table but we're serving a meal and it's in the way, I can take it away quite simply. Also, this won't last until Christmas, but this will get replaced with some fresh greenery. Alright. Got a selection of greenery, evergreen leaves. This is what we call laurel. It's not the laurel that you can eat. Different types of fir tree. I'm not sure, this might be, it's not a yew tree, but it's something that looks very similar. Also, I've managed to find some lovely berries. I found a few rose hips, and then I found these berries. These are gorgeous. I'm not sure what these are called. but they are beautiful. So anything that's got any berries on it. I've also picked up some bits of ivy and some ivy flowers, and just some pretty coloured leaves, festive colours. So it's quite a simple thing to do, is to just bake up bits of greenery and lay them into the tray along with some berries, and then I'm going to decorate it with the bows. I'll probably tie a bow on each handle of the tray there. Oh, I've got a friend. Can you see that? Oh, I've got a little ladybird. Now I have left this foliage outside in case there were any bugs, so he doesn't want to come out. Come on, little ladybird, let's put you somewhere safe. Mind you, do look a bit like a red berry. It shows you how mild it is here at the moment. Right, I'm just going to put him outside. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, the laurel's quite flat. So I think I'm probably going to lay some laurel stems in the bottom here. I'd like the greenery to be showing where possible. Okay. Might even feed some stems in through here. Use the handles that I've got. I can extend it a bit because I've got quite a long table. Yeah, let's do that. There we are. And I'm going to fill up this tray. Break some little stems off and fill around the edges. Okay. I'm going to put some various bits of different greenery in. It's quite, as I say, it's quite a simple thing to do, really. There's no hard and fast rules, just make it. Just need to fill it in. And break the big stems off, we don't need those. Oh, I've got scissors here. Alright. And just a little piece of each of the different types of greenery. And then some of the lovely berries. I've got plenty of greenery left over to decorate some other things. And we have it. Okay. Right, let's get a little bit of ivy in there. Where's my other? Oh, I managed to find one little tiny piece of holly. We'll put that one in there. I need to go and forage some more holly from somewhere. Right. We don't want any twigs sticking up. Now, if I had a piece of oasis, I probably would have put some oasis in the bottom, then I could have damped it and it would last a bit longer, but this will last for a few days. Don't think we need an awful lot more, to be honest. Let's put the pretty foliage in here. Put that bit in the middle. Now, I don't want to lose my candles, so I'm just going to pop those on the top somewhere. So I can easily they just switch on and off underneath. So I need to be able to switch those on when the people are here. That's lovely. Right, just cover that stem up with a little bit more of something else. think let's get some berries in there. So it's looking really pretty already. Get a bit of berries in the middle. I mean, if you've never done anything like this, just have a go. It's really easy. You can't go far wrong. I seem to have buried my candle over there, right, and this one. So I'm going to bring these around the edges, I think. So a little bit more greenery. It's nice to have a few little bits sort of sticking over the edge. I think that looks pretty already. That's it, just go around and poke bits in. It needs, see, you can see, sort of spread the red colour around. So you've got an even sort of covering. And then you can break smaller pieces off with berries, hopefully. You can use fake berries if you can't actually find any. There seems to be quite a lot around this year, so that's not usually a good sign, is it? Because it means that they're probably going to have a bad winter, they say, don't they? This is all food for the birds, but don't worry, I've left loads for the birds. And I do feed them myself. Right, I'll chuck a little bit more in there. So there we are, let's put these candles on. Okay, what colour ribbon? I think, oh, I think maybe gold actually. Oh, I've got some smaller gold ones. I've got a sparkly gold one. I've got all these different gold ones. The green, I think we've probably got enough green. Either that or the red. The red will look good. I think maybe the red with a little bit of gold, maybe. All right. I like to cut the ribbon on a slant, so it's got a point on each end. I'll cut the other one, once I've tied it I'll cut the other one. So I have cut, that's doubled over so you can see, that's about, probably about a metre of the ribbon. And I'm just going to try and tie a normal bow because I've got something to tie it round. I can't do them quite as fancy as Patrick did with all the loops. Maybe I'll get him to teach me one day. Through there. Okay, I'll just tie it into a little bow, she says. You might have to faff around like me with this for a little while, but we'll get there. Patrick made it look so easy, didn't he? I think we need to tighten up this middle, so that is that piece. Hey. That's it. So if we pull on the actual bow, that tightens it, that's better. Yeah. Now on this end I'm going to cut it into a little point again. I think we'll go that way. Cut it in diagonal. And we've got a little point that way. So yeah, fluff it up until you, because this is wired ribbon, so if you can get wired ribbon, it does help you to mess around with it a little bit. Yeah, I think that looks quite pretty. Get one on the other end. So again, about 1 metre. Spread out your bow. I'm just sort of tucking the ribbon around a little bit. Cut it up. That's it. And then cut this one into a nice point. There we are. Oh, I actually really like it as it is. I'm not sure if I need any. Not sure if I need any gold ribbon on there. Yep. Oh, I think that looks super as it is. Very festive. Let's see. It is pretty. Let's try one of the smaller ones. I have a sparkly one. Oh, tied this up well. There we are. Managed to extricate the gold one. She says. Oh. Maybe I could put a little gold one in the middle. I don't know though, actually. No, I think on each end. So I'm only going to do about 3/4 of a metre. Cut it on the diagonal. Tie it through the handle as well. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Just going to tie another little simple bow. Yes, that's quite pretty. Right, let's just tidy that end up. Pointy bit. Obviously it's much smaller than this one, but they go together quite well. Right. Do one on the other end, and that's, I'm going to call that it. Oh, I think I've done that one a little bit shorter, but there we are. Right. Okay, I'm super happy with that. That's really pretty. There. How quick was that? And if you want to make this ahead, if you want to make it for Christmas Day and you want to make it a couple of days ahead, because we're all really busy at Christmas, what I do is I will make it like this, and as I say, it will keep for a couple of days, but if you just lift it off, lift the tray off and put it outside somewhere cool where it's not going to get rained on, and then you can bring it back in again, or just store it in there somewhere cool until Christmas Day. Anyway, I'm going to go and put that on the table. There we are. I'm in the gîte, so I've just put it in the middle of the gîte table just to show you. I'm going to take it indoors now.